We are here in Waikiki. That's Diamond Head behind Kapiolani Park in the background. This is the statue of Queen Kapiolani. Kuliai Kanulu, strive for the highest. I believe she gave this park to the people of Hawaii. But actually what we're doing here is there was a rally against GMOs here, the Aina Fest. And there was a march here, and there's going to be a march back. Organizers promised that the march back will be a little bit more leisurely. It was a sprint down here, and I'm an old guy. I had a little bit of a hard time live streaming and keeping it up and keeping it steady. So here they come back. It was sponsored by Babes Against Biotech and GMO Free Oahu.
Infertility, endocrine disruption, pancreas and liver and kidney and spleen enlargement, problems with protein and cholesterol synthesis. Genetic modification, contrary to biotechnology propaganda. And today on the Hawaii GMO tour, we're visiting Waikiki, where 95% of the tourists have no idea that chemical companies are experimenting on Hawaii residents. So I'm so glad that you saved all your money and came here. They are spraying ingredients of Agent Orange, the chemical warfare chemical made by chemical company Monsanto. They're actually spraying that in the air to test resistant seed for 2,4-D and 2,4-T. So, why are they doing this here? Well, we're isolated. It's the perfect experimental zone for these chemical companies because we are isolated, so there's no other factors, just massive chemical poisoning and genetic
join in here.
Of our land and
we
our
walk
trade
back.
And our seed. So welcome to Hawaii. I'm so sorry, Waikiki, that we unfortunately do not seem to have the pure, beautiful, tropical life that you want. Unfortunately, our legislators like money more than they like people, or children, or future generations, or natural evolution. So they've been taking money from these GMO companies, almost $1 million from all the lobbyists, if you put it all together. And that does not include the brown paper bags of money they get when they play golf with GMO lobbyists Alicia Malou and BT. But that is certainly a part of the perks for helping poison Hawaii. There are so many names, it's hard to mention. I'd like to, while we're still in 2012, offer my awards to the worst legislators in Hawaii regarding genetic modification of our food. We're eating GMOs. Cliff Suji in our house of... Well, thank God Calvin Say's announced it, but we still have to deal with him, as well as Cliff Suji. There's so many. I'm going to, I know Cliff Suji and Calvin Say, they already won Biotechnology Legislator of the Year from the Biotechnology Consortium, which basically is like saying, I will take money to do anything to anyone. And I have just received an award from the most hated companies in the world for helping to poison you. So Cliff Suji and Calvin Say, they've already had their divas. I'm going to focus on Ernie Martin, chairman of the Honolulu City Council. He has taken about $10,000 of GMO money and just helped these GMO companies so much block your right to know whether or not you're eating GMOs. Where are all these people walking down the street with signs? Well, we are being experimented on by chemical companies. And I know you might have come here on vacation, Waikiki, but you should know they're experimenting on you too. They're even spraying from the sky. But we'll get into that later. Let's focus on labeling. I'm so tired. You know what? Forget labeling, let's just ban it. Yay! Yay!
Show me your sign. Show me your sign. Show me your sign. Very good. It's a take on an old classic sign, actually. So, why are you here, older Japanese guy?
This older Japanese guy was poisoned by GMO food. Ended up in the ER.
Oh, that's
I
right.
better watch what I eat. And it's made a difference. And I think we need to hold our political representatives accountable. Not allowing us to label all foods, especially in Hawaii, where we should set the tone.
You really should. Really should. It's
let the movement grow.
Thanks for being here, and thanks for talking to us. No GMO, great sign. Very unambiguous. We're walking back from the Aina Fest. Of course, information booths and tents are still there, but it's kind of the thankfully more leisurely walk back, although this ain't that leisurely. These tend to be kind of fast marches. It's supposed to be like slow. It's supposed to be slow. I'm trying to get people to slow down, but
protesting. Now that is the wrong style. I think we would have a much bigger GMO protest if we all just laid out in the sun and shouted from our pillow, N-O-G-M-O! 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 That's right! I like your non-GMO dance, sir, and your artwork is beautiful. I would like to be able to provide you with an organic, sustainable, water-based paint. And I know that you love nature, and therefore, knowing about GMOs would be opposed as well. Anything I'm missing? Oh, you know what? We have some very exciting surprises in the state legislature coming up.
aha.
Something super top secret. Some secret people have been working on. Oh, God, let's hope it works out this time. These people are just so corrupt. Sometimes I find myself wondering, my God, are these some of the most corrupt legislators in the world? Yes, they are. That is the answer. Yes, they are. You know, and why is that? Because I found some comfort thinking, you know, everywhere's so corrupt. We're all in this together, and we are. However, everywhere does not allow companies to experiment on their citizens. But in Hawaii, they're totally letting these chemical companies perform their never-before-occurred open-air experimental field trials on our soil. So, this stuff, once it's released in the environment, there's no taking it back. It changes the gene forever. Maybe we don't see it this second. We see it in the coming generations. We see it in the long term. We see it in the rise of related diseases. We see it in the further generation. Animal studies indicate the third generation of rat-fed GMO corn has been completely sterile and infertile, much higher mortality rates for pups, and much lower birth weight. And many of them just die. They experience a massive die-off. So that means we're not paying attention right now. That's cool, because in like 60 years, everyone's just going to die, but we won't be here to take the rap for it. So who cares, right? That is not the right attitude. That's the attitude of a corrupt individual. And at least we here are not corrupted. It must be difficult once you're given all that money and all that power not to try to kill people with it. But I really hope that some of our legislators, Junk Legislator of the Year, Councilman Ernie Martin, I officially award you Junk Legislator of the Year. You had the power to help the people know what was in their food. You had the power to stand up. You know the FDA, the USDA, and the EPA are not going to protect us. You know they're filled with GMO executives. And I don't know if you're just kissing butt to try to get to a bigger game someday or something. You gotta play the rules. You know, but I've actually heard you say, oh, I'm all for GMO labeling, right after you voted against GMO labeling. And, you know, to most people, that would seem totally contradictory, totally hypocritical, and like absolute bollocks. Plus, we all know you're taking GMO money. You're taking like at least 10 grand. You are the junk legislator, Hawaii 2012. Most disappointing, most unheard of, most blatant corruption, in my personal opinion. And I thank you for bringing us all together, because it is your shady actions, Junk Legislator 2012, Ernie Martin, that has brought so many of us to deeper awareness, understanding the level of corruption, even just in our city council. We don't want to eat GMO food. We shouldn't have to eat GMO food. We should have a choice. We shouldn't have to be experimented on. Dr. K, shuttle service. Can you please take us to a world without GMOs?
We have to do that.
Thank you. I'm going to need someone else to start leading these protests. I'm tired. I'm just kidding. I'll always be protesting. I always find the energy to fight Monsanto.
Well, it was a sprint down here, and we're walking back in the sun now.
Wait a minute, we're going to go uphill now.
And we're going uphill.
And we can do it. Because we're non-GMO people.
Well, thanks for joining us, folks. We're almost back to our cars.
You wish.
I wish. Something happens, I'll cut back in. Thank you. Talk to you later.